Hey, what's up everyone? This is Snackbox. Hope you all are having an amazing day. Guys, in this video, I wanna run you through a gear cleanse. My account is a mess at the moment, and to be honest, for me, it's very important normally to keep my artifacts and accessories in order. I always, as soon as I get some artifacts and accessories, cleanse them, sell what I don't want to keep, and roll some of them, to 4 or 8 and see if I can hit, one of the preferred stats. But yeah, right now my account is an absolute mess. I haven't done it in a while. I was a little bit lazy. So here you can see I'm very close to, 1,600 slots. Accessories are full as well. So yeah, I'm gonna roll some artifacts. I crafted a lot actually from the forge, a lot of righteous gear that I want to roll. I definitely have some pieces in here where I really have high hopes that I can get some nice speed rolls. Then the same thing for some pinpoint gear. There's not that much because, I don't have that much energy to throw it into the event dungeon, but I'm always trying to complete the event dungeon tournaments when they're up. Then I also got like 1 or 2 Slayer pieces and so on. A lot of speed pieces from farming dragon. And yeah, so let's jump right into it. So the first thing you should do when you want to cleanse your gear, your artifacts and accessories, you should look at your whole account and see where this account is at. You have to get a feeling for what you need, like where's your level at in terms of artifacts, and what you don't need, what you need to sell, right? Because a lot of players, including myself, tend to hoard a lot of artifacts that they're never going to use. And that is like the big problem and why your, accessories or artifacts are always full. If you apply a little filter that you have for your account, it makes it much easier. For example, let's talk about like the most common thing, the speed gear, right? Like on my account, I'm now at the level where I only keep triple speed rolls, right? Everything else will get sold instantly. I still keep speed boots and see if I can get a speed ascension, but my account doesn't need double speed rolls anymore. And for you, it might be different. Maybe you don't care about triple speed rolls anymore, or you care about double speed rolls, right? It always depends on where your best artifacts are sitting at. And for example, like if I go to the filter here and I just do this, I want the highest speed. I'm going to put the equipped in here as well. Now let's actually exclude the boots. And now you can see here, like I have 1 triple speed roll, another one, 2, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are some of my fastest speed artifacts besides the boots, right? From this set. Now this is only the speed set. I also have a couple of other triple and quad rolls on other speed sets and so on. So I just want to give you a little guideline on how to figure out where your account is at. So now that I have like 20, 30 pieces with a triple speed roll, I really don't want any double rolls anymore. I really don't need them. The ones that I have, I'm still going to use them that are rolled up, but at some point I'm going to sell them too, especially like rare ones, right? That's going to be like the next step once I get more triple rolls, basically. Or the lower speed rolls like this one. Like you can also have very low rolls, right, which you want to sell. So yeah, there are a lot of factors that come into play here. But that is basically like the guideline that I'm using. And it also depends on, the piece itself. For example, a defense percentage chest with the fitting stats, right? Like crit rate, pretty good. Crit damage and speed. That's like 3 matching substats with a double speed roll and a percentage main stat. So that is actually a pretty good piece, even though it is a double speed roll, right? But these pieces are kind of like an exception that I will keep. It doesn't matter if this one would roll speed or crit rate or crit damage. If it would have rolled attack percentage, then I might consider selling it. But the way it rolled, it hit all the substats that are benefiting the main stat. All right, let's start. First, I want to see, do I have any you know, artifacts from the campaign. Nope. Then now I want to see my rare pieces, right? Do I have any rare pieces? For example, this one has no speed on it. It has an attack percentage, ascension. I'm never going to use it. This accuracy chest, I might use it. Double speed roll. For chest pieces, I have a little bit of a higher tolerance. But now let's take a look at the boots. So this is a go. This I will roll up and see if I hit the speed ascension. This can go. All right, so yeah, 4 pieces I can sell straight away. Don't need them at all. Now, do I have any 5-star pieces? Merciless, Slayer. Okay, I do have some that I might want to roll. I'm also debating about like rolling 5-star legendary pieces because a quad roll on a 5-star piece is still somewhat usable, but right now I'm almost at a level where I might sell them, and I think that's what I'm gonna do because a quad speed roll on a 5-star piece is a little bit worse than the worst triple roll on a 6-star piece. So yeah, I might just sell all my 5-star pieces and just roll my 6-star artifacts. But the mythicals I'm probably gonna keep because a penta on a mythical 5-star is still somewhat useful to me. All right, so I'm gonna start with the speed gear. Let's see. And what I want to do here is roll it to 8 and see if I can get a double roll. Because if I can get a double roll, I would try to hit a triple roll. And if I hit a triple roll, I can rework it with an ore and then maybe hit speed. You can get very lucky with ores. Ores are kind of like the only reason why I have a couple of pieces with like quad and triple rolls. So they are actually very impactful if you hit the right stat. So as you can see here, I hit a double roll. Now I want to try if I can hit a triple. And no triple, so it's going to get sold. And that's pretty much how I'm going to go through all these pieces. There we go. We hit a double. Can we hit a triple? Oh, no triple. All right. It's going to get sold straight away. All right. So here we have a triple roll now. Okay. Which is actually pretty cool. So now let's ore this. Okay, this piece is actually not that bad. Yeah, we didn't hit the speed, but we hit triple crit rate. We got attack percentage and speed, so all 3 stats work together. I think I'm gonna keep this piece for now and maybe put it on somebody for my faction wars hard teams. This can be very useful. Okay, so here we hit double speed. Now let's see if we can hit the triple. And no triple, so that's gonna get sold instantly. I don't need it. I have enough double rolls. There's no reason to keep it. All right, here we have a pretty nice piece, crit rate gauntlets with speed and also crit damage, but all I really care about is the speed. So let's see if we can hit that. Okay, we got attack twice. Let's hit it one more time. And now we hit speed. All right, so yeah, this is not really good. If I hit like speed maybe twice already and maybe another time, this would be an amazing piece, but I do have enough crit rate gauntlets with a double speed roll, so this is gonna get sold. So here I have a double roll and I'm gonna try to hit a triple and then maybe ore it, right? That could be a thing, but nope, we didn't hit the same stat again, so it's gonna get sold instantly. But here is a pretty nice piece. This is actually very solid. Obviously, if I hit crit rate and speed, it would be ideal. But alone, the fact that we have the crit damage main stat plus the crit rate and the speed makes this piece pretty good, pretty solid for my account. So I'm going to roll it to 12. So we didn't hit crit rate, which is kind of unfortunate. We hit flat HP twice. But let's ascend it and see. All right, we hit HP percentage. So this is probably going to get sold now. I don't really want to keep pieces like this because I didn't hit crit rate. It would also cost me too much dust to get the ascension right? Because I want the crit damage ascension, so I'm going to sell this. This is not benefiting my account at all. All right, now we got the speed boots here. I'm going to get them to 12. Because all I really care about here is the speed ascension. Okay, we got death percentage. And the other ones, let's check them out as well. And we got death percentage as well, so I'm definitely gonna sell both of them. So there's really no point for me to keep boots with, you know, not with like bad substats and the wrong ascension, so I'm gonna sell those straight away. All right, so now we're basically done with the speed gear. As you can see, oh, we have one piece left here. Maybe we can hit the double or a triple and or it. But no, we had the speed ones. I don't need double rolls, as I said, so this is going to get sold. And yeah, so I got one piece that I wanted to keep, and this is this helmet right here with the triple crit rate roll, speed and attack percentage. So that can be useful somewhere, but overall I'm now done with the speed sets, with the speed artifacts, so I'm going to move on to the next one. So let's do the impulse. Here my tolerance is a little bit higher because it has, you know, this extra effect. It's basically a better speed set than the normal one, with a 12% chance to reduce a random skill cooldown by 1 turn, and this is actually pretty effective in Chimera. I really like this one. It's like a small reflex set, right? But if you have like 2 or 3 sets of it, it's pretty awesome. And actually, some of my fastest gear is from the impulse set. As you can see here, I have a quad on a gauntlet. It's a flat stat, but it doesn't really matter because all I really care about is the speed. And then I have a triple roll here as well on a gauntlet. I have a quad on a 5-star piece, right? Here you can see it, 23 speed compared to a triple roll on a 6-star piece. It's the same, but you know, the glyph can be higher, right? You can get like up to 12 speed now on a 6-star piece, where you can only get 5 max at a, you know, on a 5-star piece. But now I'm definitely moving away from keeping 5-star pieces, even on speed sets. The only 5-star pieces that I would keep would be like Merciless, Protection, you know, the 9-piece sets where we don't get a lot from. All right, so let's see if we can hit a double. There's always a potential or on a legendary artifacts, so I wouldn't, like, even if you don't have a speed substat, a or can change that. It really depends on if you can get a quad on it or a triple roll, for example. And then, you know, with the or, you can flip it around and make it a very nice artifact. All right, now again, pretty much done with this. I'm gonna sell these boots as well. Don't really need them. And yeah, there we go. So impulse set done as well. But now let's move on to the righteous set. And here I have a lot of pieces that I want to roll. All right, so let's start off with the weapon here. There's no speed on this, but you know, maybe, okay, we'll get a double roll. Maybe we can OR this one, triple. All right, let's actually OR it already and see if it's worth it to take it to 16. And we get resistance. All right, so I'm not going to keep this. This is going to get sold. But let's see. Okay, we got resistance twice. And 1 time speed. I'm going to sell this one. Oh, we got a triple roll. Let's OR it. Ah, okay. Unfortunate. Could have hit speed. That would be awesome, but it didn't. So it's going to get sold. Okay, we got a triple roll on res. Actually, I might keep that one. This is not bad, right? Like a triple roll on res. It has resistance as a set, this might actually be useful. So I'm going to keep that one. I'm not going to re-roll it, even though it could be a potential triple speed roll, but you know, resistance also fits this set, so I'm going to keep it. All right, here we have crit damage gauntlet, mythical. Let's see. Okay, I'm not going to keep that one. There's no crit rate on it, no speed. I would have only kept it, you know, to ore it if I would have gotten a penta on this or a quad roll, but I didn't, so it's going to get sold. So here we got a triple roll on flat HP. Now let's see if we can flip that into something useful. Flat damage. Oh, okay. We didn't hit the speed. Unfortunate. Pretty close, to be honest. But yeah, that's not what I want. So that's going to get sold as well. All right. Now we have a pretty interesting piece. This is a flat attack chest. Unfortunate. But we have the red stat here, which is speed. And that's basically already a roll on speed. So if we hit it only twice, it's already pretty good for my account. If we can hit it 3 times, it's a quad, right? Then it's amazing. And then if we can hit it 4 times, then it's probably one of the best pieces on my account. So let's see what if we can hit the speed instead of the flat defense. All right, so we got the accuracy and the resistance. Yeah, I'm not going to keep that. I'm also not going to ore it. The thing is, with mythical ores, we only get so many. As you can see, I have 10, right? I do have a good amount, but I want to keep those for when I hit penta rolls, when I hit quad rolls on mythical pieces. Now here, I have a potential quad roll, right? If I roll it one more time to 16, and then I hit accuracy, a small chance that there's going to be a quad roll, because, you know, if we hit the speed again with the red stat and the triple roll on it, but, you know, chances are pretty low, so I'm not going to do that and waste my ore on it. So that's going to get sold. So here I have an interesting piece because it's a resistance main stat on a speed set that also gives resistance. We have a double speed roll already, so this is good. And also we had HP percentage, which also helps, right, with like champions that you are trying to build with a lot of resistance. Most of them, you want to build them tanky. They need to have like HP percentages and defense percentage. So if this was defense percentage instead of flat defense, it would have been a little bit better. But the way it is now, I'm going to keep it actually and roll it to 16. Now, if we hit speed again, boom, a triple speed roll on a resistance chest. Actually pretty amazing. This is a very solid piece for, let's say, Crixia, for example, because Crixia converts resistance into accuracy. She needs a lot of speed. If I would have now here extra accuracy on it, it would be much better because she kind of needs both. But the way it is now, actually pretty amazing. And we got the accuracy ascension. Now for Crixia, for example, the resistance ascension would be the way to go, but you know, you can work with the accuracy ascension as well. So triple speed roll on a resistance chest on a righteous piece, pretty amazing. The only downside of this speed set is that it gives 10% extra speed, where an impulse set or the normal speed set would give 12%. So it's like, you know, a little bit more speed with the other sets, but still you get 40 resistance here from this set, which is pretty amazing. And we actually have another resistance chest here, so let's see if we can hit the speed here as well. Okay, we got another double speed roll and HP percentage. Again, let's see if we can hit the speed. Okay, we got HP percentage twice, so this is a little bit worse than the other one, but I can still use it somewhere. Infection was hard for a reviver where I want to stack up resistance, or a support champion, so this is not a bad piece. Now let's take a look at my Slayer gear. I think I crafted a pretty nice piece. There it is. I'm definitely going to take that to 16 instantly. And yeah, it rolled pretty nice. Double crit rate. Awesome. That's what we want on a Slayer set. Crit damage and speed. This is a pretty good piece. HP percentage is okay. Even though, you know, most champions that use Slayer pieces are defense based or attack based, but HP percentage is definitely not a bad stat to have sometimes. And here for the Slayer set, I'm also actually keeping 5-star pieces, right? It's like definitely worth it because I don't have many pieces. And that's like kind of like the same thing for every 9-piece set, unless you have a reasonable amount of 9-piece set artifacts and accessories. Then at some point you can start filtering them. But for me, Slayer is one set that I don't have a lot of artifacts from, so I'm definitely going to keep 5-star pieces like this, right? It's better to have something like this than none. All right, but I'm gonna leave this Slayer set for now because I will craft a lot more Slayer pieces from the Forge set, and then I will start filtering and see what should I keep, what should I sell, and so on. Because right now I don't know what's gonna come out of those crafts, so it's really hard for me to tell if I should keep some of these pieces or not. All right, let's move on to the next important set for me, and this is Pinpoint, and we do have some nice pieces in here as well. And let's see if we can hit a couple of those speed rolls. Definitely not on this one. And here we have actually a pretty interesting piece again, right? Even though I didn't hit speed, I got crit rate, crit damage, HP percentage, and this is actually pretty amazing. You can use this on a nuker that also needs accuracy, right? So pretty amazing. So here we have a pretty interesting piece. It's a quad accuracy roll on a 5-star piece. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. And now my question would be, should I ore it or should I not ore it? Because with that low speed, it's really not usable. Pinpoint, you mostly use it in the arena, right? And for that, you need a lot of speed on your pieces. But for this one, I'm not quite sure if there's anybody that would benefit from this. I mean, obviously, like pieces like this, you can use them on a Crixia. You have accuracy, resistance, speed. You can use it on a Fabian, Armance. But again, for those type of champions, you want to have speed. So I guess I'm going to ore it. I don't think it's worth to keep force a quad roll on accuracy on a 5-star piece with that amount of speed. Like I can only get it to like 10, and that's about it. So I'd rather, re-roll it and hope for speed. Okay, we got resistance. Yeah, so that's a sell, 100%. Even before that, I was debating to sell it because there is no way I'm going to use it anywhere. All right, so after the Pinpoint, let's take a look at the Merciless pieces. All right, so this one is definitely worth the roll. Pretty awesome piece. Let's see. Wait, flat HP. Oh my god. So, I don't know. Let's see if we can hit it one more time. Obviously not. So yeah, I think I'm still gonna keep this piece because I'm very low on like good Merciless sets. And I mean, this is actually still usable for me. Like a double crit rate roll. I have speed on it. I have crit damage. It's not ideal, but it is what it is sometimes. That's exactly what happens sometimes with my artifacts, and I'm pretty sure that most of you can relate to this. There's like one stat, and it's a flat stat. You can pretty much hit any other stat, and it would be much better, but you hit this one flat stat that you don't want to hit twice or even 3 times. So, yeah, pretty interesting. Also, another thing that I want to tell you guys, a Merciless set can also be used for like support type champions. It's not only a damage set, you can also use it on a Kage, on a Necmo. If you have a 4-piece Merciless set on somebody, every time you hit with the champion, you have a chance to decrease one of its cooldowns. So it's really not only a damage set. You can also use it on like speed boosters and so on. If you hit enough speed, right? That's like the stat you want to aim for: speed and accuracy and stuff like that. So if we hit like speed a couple of times here, which we don't, but it's still okay. We have a triple row. So now if I hit speed with the ore, we hit res, okay. But if I would have hit speed here, it would be actually an awesome piece. All right, now we're done with artifacts pretty much. I just went like roughly over it. I'm definitely gonna have to do some more, but now we're at 1400. And, I pretty much went through the best sets that I'm using. So you can basically apply this to each of your sets, figure out what are the best pieces, where's my account at in terms of gear. Do I still need double speed rolls? Do I need triple speed rolls? Do I need a resistance chest? Do I need speed boots with speed ascension and so on? So you got to get a feeling of what you need, basically. Now for accessories, it's a little bit different, right? Because depending on where you are at, you have a different priority. For example, me, to be honest, I'm debating if I should sell all these non-set accessories because I have so many set accessories that, at this point, I might have to sell everything that is not part of a set and then also go through 5-star pieces that I'm never going to use. But in my case here, I still have to get a feeling of what I actually need for my account in terms of set accessories and what I don't need. Some of these accessories are very limited. For example, you only get so much every week or month, like in terms of Merciless or even Rebirth, Pharaoh, Slayer, very unique, right? You only get it from the pass. Stonecleaver from Live Arena, and so on. Pinpoint only when the event dungeon is going on. So if I get a 5-star piece like this, and I'm trying to think of, okay, which champion could use this? Obviously, it has no speed, so on a banner, I definitely want to have speed. That is like the main factor for me if I want to keep a piece or not. There are obviously some exceptions. Some champions don't need speed, like a Calvalax or a Hegemon. But in general, you want to have speed on your banners. So theoretically, I would roll something like this to 8, see if I can hit, a double roll or something. If not, I'm just going to sell it because I'm not really in need of a pinpoint piece for the dwarves faction, right? Pinpoint is really more PvP orientated, right? Because of the set bonus, but you can also just use it for a little stat boost. For example, if you just use one ring, you get 20 accuracy. If you use another piece, you get 10 speed. Third piece, 20 accuracy again. So especially early on, this can really help you to stack up your stats and the important ones that you need early on, like speed and accuracy. But in my case, like I'm just looking for, okay, which champions that I'm using are in need of a pinpoint set, right? For example, my bomb champions, my Calvalax, I don't want them to get cheap. So that's also something that I have to figure out still, which champions would make sense to build them with a pinpoint set, especially in factions that I'm not using that much in PvP, like dwarves or demon spawns, for example. I do have Carnage, but I don't need Carnage in a pinpoint set, for example. So that is kind of like the thing that I'm still trying to figure out, which factions do need pinpoint and which are not necessarily in need of a pinpoint set. But in general, I would definitely prefer like a double roll on a pinpoint banner than sometimes a triple speed roll on a normal banner. But here again, I'm doing the same thing. I'm coming here to the rank and rarity thing. I'm putting in the 5-star rare pieces, and I'm trying to, I'm just gonna sell those, except like Slayer pieces, because I'm really limited. And even if it's like a flat death amulet, I can still use it to get that 9-piece Slayer bonus, which is very important sometimes in some cases. So I'm not gonna sell those. But everything else can pretty much go into the bin, and then, I'm going to keep doing the same thing that I did with the artifacts. I'm going to take a look. What are my banners in that faction, for example? What is the max speed that I'm looking for? Do I still need double speed rolls? Do I only need triple speed rolls? And so on. And yeah, apply the same rules basically to the accessories, with some exceptions like a Slayer set, for example. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna go through all my artifacts and accessories. I still have a lot more to do. I just wanted to give you a little insight on how I approach my gear cleansing. Also, I still have a lot of artifacts and accessories in my inbox. Also, this pretty nice piece here Can't wait to roll that. Actually, let's do it right now. Maybe we can hit something nice. It doesn't really matter what I roll here. And it's a triple accuracy roll. And I think I'll still keep it. It's a HP percentage. So in case, pull a Commodus, for example, this might be very useful. So Plarium, if you're watching, my next mythical pull needs to be a Commodus. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed, please hit the like button. It really goes a long way. Also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And yeah, see you in the next one.